Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel, and today we are going to be recapping the price action from Tuesday, August 18th, where I don't know, I really catch myself trading PM session and just getting chopped. You can see that we are just inside of this consolidation, and yeah, I took 3 trades here for all of them were half size because this is PM session, and all of them were losses. So I am down 1.5 R of what should have been a 3R day overall, but yeah. From the daily chart, just given the previous day's close, I was just expecting us to continue to be bearish, and my final target for today would have been this Tuesday, August 11th low, basically the last Tuesday's low. From the 7-hour, you can see that we have just been steadily dropping, and we didn't have any bullish candles. From the 4-hour as well, pretty much everything was just bearish, shooting for this low. And because we just opened lower, and our high of day was just this shallow move higher at the beginning of the day, here, I was expecting this to just be our high of day and us to be continuing to push to this low. And yeah, I've seen that at 8 o'clock. We dug up inside of this 1-hour gap here. And I've seen that this was such a swift move. We left equal highs, and at 8 o'clock, we dug up into it. Perfect, ideal C2, and then we started to deliver, and I entered with half size here with my stop on this high. And yeah, I was holding for this low, and just thinking about it now, I probably should just, even though this is half size, I don't know why. I mean, I have to backtest this, but 2R would have been hit. If you look on the 1 minute, we had this wick lower before the potential stop out. So 2R would have been hit here. And yeah, you can see that we started to chop a little bit, and it did not make any sense for me to enter here with my stop where at least to here and target here. Yeah, 2R would have been way down. And yeah, I've seen that we also had this low here, but this was a longer term target, and we have been dropping like 2% up until this time. So I was not expecting that much. And yeah, I waited, and I've seen this nice sequence here where we eventually took out that low. It was okay. And because we took out that low here, I've seen that all of the other assets started to push higher. And overall, you can see that NQ was by far the strongest asset, displacing above this candle's high and having the continuation CISD form. This was kind of late in the day at 11:40, but I took this with full size, but I kept my stop loss till here. I think this was a better, yeah, on the 3 minute, you can see that we also had this fair value gap and these two down close candles. So my stop loss was basically at mean threshold of the bodies and the low of this fair value gap here. We did not tap this, but on the 5, you can see that we had 2 gaps. We tapped the first gap, and then we had this ideal C2 closure. So entry on this, stop basically below the other gap. And yeah, I was really hoping that I could get to R. And as soon as we validated this as the new continuation order block, I put my stop to break even, and I got stopped out break even. Then what I've seen was this, which again on the 3 looks even better. So we open up 1400, and we opened it up inside of this gap and revisiting this order block. this low was high resistance, so I did not expect price to go back to it. And I've seen that we had this nice displacement, and I was waiting for the continuation setup to occur. That is when at 1430 we took out this low, and once again ideal C2, and I was just looking to trade it back to any of these highs here, and I traded this with half size. But even if I were to put my stop loss, maybe here was too far down, it would have been pretty much the exact same exit as this. But given that this was later in the day, I just I went with half size and expected this to be the low of this candle, and just basically bounce back inside of this range down to EQ again. And I got stopped, and because I got stopped, this is when I should not have entered again, because conditions were not really that great. I was looking back at the 15, and on the 15, you can see the higher time frame candles here, and this was not a reversal candle. And here, I've seen that at 1430, you can see that we have SMT between the highs here. And that is why I thought that, okay, strength to the downside of weakness overall got back into NQ. And that is why I've seen that we closed below this gap. And this was a bearish gap that we inverted. And then we basically formed a BPR, and we disrespected that BPR. And that is why on the 3-minute, this was the entry I took. So you can see that we tapped that failed BPR, and then we displaced below. And let me see where it is. Okay, so once we displaced back below, I basically entered right in the next candle with my stop on this high. And I was just hoping to see this low get taken, because we basically now have failure swings to that low, given that we did not have really structure driving us higher from this low. So we have two equal lows, and then we have another low here. So this is really my target coming into the Asian session for this next day. And yeah, I don't know. Again, this is just frustration and tilt, I guess, because I've seen that we disrespected again this gap, and once we closed above it, I entered again with my stop on this. Too late in the day, even though it was half size. I don't know. I should not have entered in this, and this is 100% my fault. This would have been a nice setup if it formed, but any of these two, not really. Not really. So yeah, kind of disappointing. Yeah, just looking at this, yeah, could have been better, but yeah, I'm a bit bumped down, but we'll see tomorrow. Anyway, I'm down like just half an hour overall on the week, which is not bad, but I know I can do so much better. I know that backtesting looks good, and yeah, everything looks good when you take it with full size. And for example, here, my full size would have been a 3.4 quantity wise, and I could just take 3. And you know, maybe if this was because this was only 3, up until here would not be 2R, it would be like 1.75. So maybe I'm thinking, oh, let's just move. I mean, the final target is here, so why not move it like here? And this would have been 2R. And then you see price just gravitate towards your TP, and then it starts breaking down, and yeah, and then I got stopped out. And yeah, I don't know. I just should stop whining and just really be dialed in, because I'm just stuck in a loop. For the past 3 months, I basically got nowhere. I'm break even. Overall, no payouts, no nothing. I haven't taken a payout in like 4 months. But yeah, we keep grinding. And if you enjoyed these types of recaps, please make sure to smash that like button and the subscribe button. And I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.